The 250 class this year is an absolute gang of savages.
Hampshire, the damage has been done.
I hate this for RJ, so he's going a lap down from a points perspective.
Being the hunter is the better position to be in.
What a pass!
RJ Hampshire wins in Daytona!
Right away, everybody thinks, yeah, he's out of it. Like, he's done. I'm not the guy that never even crossed my mind.
And he goes down!
And it takes Hammaker down too!
Massive pile-up at the first corner.
We're gonna be the only idiots out there trying to cast the dang line.
Yeah, what we got? Oh, man. Not looking good.
See, man, we're all about the comfort.
Take a seat anywhere you want.
Rick, we go over this all the time. I am a fisherman, okay? Okay? You are a pontoon man, okay? Okay? You go out with the fam, hang out, you know, beach.
Then the bad thing
I'm out there grinding blood and guts, you know, I'm in it deep.
The bad thing is I catch fish when I go out.
He said, like, the way the wind is, he said, does this cut around?
Dude, not as much as what he was saying. I feel like if we just went down over there.
Yeah, I said, yeah, the hell what he said. Let's go left.
Let's check over here first.
Well, give her some speed. There you go.
Oh, yeah, you're down bad.
Nah, we're good.
Yeah, no, you're not good.
Nah, I'm gonna use that other one. You have everything like pointing your direction. Like, you should catch fish. This.
You can come up here.
No, I'm just saying, like, you probably got $10 bait.
Nah.
Dang, sponsored by fishing company. Like, yeah, I'd hope you'd catch something.
I ain't never fished this lake you have. That's the difference, though.
Yeah, we would have gone to...
Hey, look. Look. Hey, don't start.
Hey, we would have gone to your lake, and you would have had dang fans cheering you on from the side. We've seen what happened at Tampa. Yeah, me and Malk are... It's just so crazy how our lives have been. You know, he's been the shadow behind James his whole life and turns his career around and wins a championship on 250 and factory 450 guy, and then myself. Didn't really make anything of myself my whole amateur career. Get a pro ride, don't really do much for a few years. Finally win a championship.
Hampshire takes the 250 West Championship.
Kind of growing into a factory 450 role and being on a team, and then 2 Florida kids also, family, friends. Like, I've known Malk my whole life pretty much. We carry a awesome team, awesome vibe, like huge flag. Like, you should see the fans on the weekends coming over to us. Like, I mean, dude, the fans love it. Just 2 likable guys, I feel like. If you come by the rig, like, you'll understand. Like, it's just always good vibes, good times. It's cool to see Malk, I mean, especially Tampa, and get that win. Like, there wasn't a guy in the pits or a person in the pits that wasn't excited for him. And yeah, that all comes from the team also. Like, man, we're one big group, and it's awesome to see the success that we've had, especially as teammates.
Hey, good job, buddy.
But the fishing side of it is, again, we go fishing for a day. Malk talks all this smack, shows up with the sponsors. 6 different poles, has different things on each pole. This is the spot, this is the spot. Nothing.
We're drifting, huh? Drifting away, wave after wave. Slowly drifting.
You guys ever fish together?
Yeah, we did. I got the boat, and Rick got the Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Dude, that was literally, it was 99 degrees out.
Yeah.
Hey, he said, I got the spot. I was like, dude, all right, sick. I'll pick up the food, I'll meet you there. Dude, we cruised around this lake, what, 2 hours? Not a single bite. He acted like he had a couple bites. Dude, we didn't. It was literally.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah. That was the last time we've gone fishing.
Pulling up on a pontoon boat, bro. Like, how are we supposed to go fishing? You call yourself a fisherman and you on a pontoon boat? Just us. Where the trolling motor at? You see me throwing an anchor out and everything. Like, dude, we were down bad. Whatever. It is what it is.
Back up. Keep going.
Are we just dragging the anchor?
Yeah. Probably gonna be pulling up some other stuff.
God. We're heading to the North Shore.
Who cares?
Where the guy said don't waste our time.
I don't care. Go. Wait, is this north?
What?
Is that north?
Yeah, dude.
How do you know if we're going north?
Dude, we're in Florida. You should know that at all times.
What do you mean?
He always sits here and clowns how better he is at Fisher than me, and he clowns like, oh, you got a sponsorship from Abu Garcia and blah, 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 but he didn't catch no fish yesterday either, so I don't really care. I think the water's too muddy here. Yeah, dead ass.
Let's go with that then.
It's very difficult for a guy like RJ. Unfortunately, you know, he had a lot of muscle loss and just didn't get to put in the time, not to mention he was already off the bike and off of training for so long. So it makes it very difficult to come in, have some good momentum to start and gain from there.
I mean, there are some, we don't look at it as dark times, but those times are the injuries. You never want to be behind in training and preparation, and obviously in an injury, it puts you behind. I hate it when a guy has to almost ride his way into fitness.
Like I just couldn't finish anything. Like he never felt connected.
He didn't have a lot of time to get ready.
How's the wrist today, like with no dog cheese? It's better?
Yeah, that's good right now.
Good.
Just this short set, because like you slam into every one of them. I don't like that.
Yeah, I can tell right now you're not quite sure.
And I don't.
Yeah, it was tough, and my off season, like, dude, I spent a lot of time out on my property and doing things out there, and then, you know, I get back on the bike, find out I have to have surgery again on my wrist. A week after that, my dad passes. So it was just like, dude, I was in a mental state where I was like, man, I have no drive or no want to go even ride a dirt bike right now. Like it was to that point.
It's a tough dynamic. You know, you have an injury and then you're trying to get back, and that puts you behind, and then you mentally feel like, okay, well, I'm not where I need to be. Then you go and ride the bike, and I felt there he went straight into testing, and I don't think he was ready for that. So yeah, I'm not surprised that he was thinking like, geez, do I have it anymore? Because starting out the gate, you know, I'm not there. I'm not gelling with my riding as well as what when I was at my peak, winning the championship and riding well.
After an injury and a little setback, even though this was on the smaller side as far as setbacks go, the time frame got really crunched.
You know, I had conversations with my wife and everything else, and it was sucked. Like I hated being in that position. You know, I went out to California the week leading up to A1, and even that first week, like it wasn't the same. Like I just didn't feel good. Then I go to A1 and I get that energy back, and that, like, man, you still can be the guy. It's in there. You know, you see the opening ceremonies and, you know, your teammates out there and the fans and everything else, and it's like, okay, let's get back going here.
Ultimately, you always want to be able to defend your title, run that #1 plate, go out there and maybe double up, win the same coast again. It's not in the cards for him. The smart thing to do is to pivot to the East Coast. Obviously a nice thing to be able to do in the 250 class. Take those extra weeks to be ready and chase that championship again.
Welcome everyone to the press conference for the 250 Eastern region of the Monster Energy Supercross Championship, which of course is a greater part of the Super Motocross World Championship. Now we're going to welcome our two champions from 2024, the East and the West, which both happen to be racing East this year. It's Tom Vial and RJ Hampshire.
I wonder if it is harder to win the first or the second one.
Last year was a test for myself to, put myself in that position and to be able to pull through and win a championship.
Until you win that first one, you're just the kind of guy that thinks you can. But after you do win the first one, you're the kind of guy that knows you can.
Once you've won a title, you are a champion. And champions aren't supposed to lose again. You're supposed to continue. And that's a real pressure. It's a reality. It's expected by the fans, expected by his sponsors and the manufacturer and the team. They expect him to win again. And when everybody else expects it, it's pretty tough.
All right, hey. Get yourself a good start. You got this.
It is just the third time in the history of this sport that an East Coast and West Coast champ have met head-to-head the following season. And there they are, right alongside each other. We couldn't ask for any more. First main of the year for the 250 East Division here in Tampa. Let's go! Hyman's a good start on the inside. Max Anstey the best start. Somebody goes way, way wide.
One guy we're missing right here is riding the 8th. Is RJ Hampshire, our Heat 1 winner. Bad start, not what he wanted to start this main event, but it's a long time to go.
Oh. Hampshire.
Oh, RJ.
He's caught on that tough block disc. Those things are like Velcro. What a bummer.
What a bizarre incident.
See, go replay. Triple over jumps that a little bit. Yep, there
it is.
he
jumped on it.
Yep, and that was because he over jumped that triple. And he is still stuck on that thing.
I hate this for RJ, so he's going a lap down.
There we go, finally. Well, but the damage has been done. Wow.
Oh, that's gonna sting. From a points perspective.
Tampa was, it was hard to kind of take the positives out of it. Honestly, that race, like home race, I had kids that I grew up with and family members I went to school with and just so many people there. And I mean, a special night really, because like it's the first time that I'm part of opening ceremonies as a past champ, and like, dude, the opening ceremonies thing was sick. Had a decent day going, and then, yeah, just to throw it away, start of the season like that, then right away everybody thinks, yeah, he's out of it, like, he's done. Well, I'm not the guy that never even crossed my mind. Like, the thing that, I think of right away is, all right, let's get to Detroit next weekend.
Welcome to the Super Motocross World Championship from Ford Field in Detroit, Michigan.
To be in such a point deficit right after the first round is very tough mentally to get over.
It's so easy in this sport to keep going down a path once you get started. We showed up to Detroit with one goal, and that was get on the box.
Tonight, to get back into this championship fight, we need to see the other side of that coin. He needs to get a start, he needs to execute, and he needs to regain those points to show that he is going to be for real in this 250 East.
One of the deepest 250 divisions ever seen. They're all here. Let's drop the gate. Kitchen leads them in. Anstey to the inside. Hampshire is in the mix as well.
I'm not quitting on RJ Hampshire right now. Remember, he had a tough weekend last week, and landing on that tough block, getting caught up, went a lap down, lost a ton of points. So he's on damage control. He's got to try to maximize these points here, starting in Detroit.
And they're red flagging this one now. We are going to be looking at a staggered restart late in the game.
Isn't it past 75%?
90%.
Green, white, checkered.
Green, red, checkered.
Got it?
Let's go. Let's make it happen, big dog. Okay.
Well, if you're the 47 of Levi Kitchen and the 24 of RJ Hampshire, you go immediately for the pass.
Here it is. Run to the checkers for the 250 East Main.
This is a 2-lap sprint race right now, and he's gonna have to turn it loose.
Last lap. Unbelievable finale here. Kitchen sets him up, takes him high. Kitchen in the lead, Anstey fighting back. Incredible action! Look at Hampshire! Hampshire is in the mix as well!
Oh, Hampshire is in the perfect position to get the pass.
And Kitchen used up! Anstey has been pushed to third, but a power run to the whoops! Back to second! A furious finish en route in Detroit! Levi Kitchen wins Detroit! Anstey, Hampshire, Vial across the finish together. And I'm assuming this is not something that anyone practices.
You did good. I mean, it's better that Levi actually passed him as far as championship points, so that's good. Yes, it'd have been great for you to pass them both, which you almost did. But the fact of the intensity of that staggered restart.
I needed a podium.
So bad, yeah. No, it's good. You're fine. We're in this thing. You can see anything happens at any moment.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Picking up a podium, third place there in Detroit was big because such a tough first round. You feel like you've lost a little bit of the momentum.
Weird mood right now. It's just like kind of excited, kind of, I don't know.
Well, he knows the back's against the wall. He needs to win. But we also needed a podium. We got to get this thing started. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He didn't get the win, but he got a third, and he was there in the mix.
Why didn't you get him, man?
I know. Well, the thing is I would have got him, and then I would have had to send it through the whoops. I didn't have the strength to hold
You definitely would have. I thought that too. I'm like,
games. I was thinking.
Yeah, that same look, yeah.
I was thinking.
He's going to get me right back anyway.
Yeah.
had he been a little stronger and a little better off physically, he probably would have scrapped a little bit more for the actual win. So just knowing that you can get right back in there and get the job done and be on the podium where you need to be to get into the championship hunt, I think is a relief and okay, it's not over.
Go for it.
What's that place called again, Mama?
Stony Clover. Come on.
Hey, did you bring the keys? You told me you were bringing them. What? I got them. Just kidding. Yeah, this weekend it's gonna be a lot of friends and family and people I haven't seen in a while, which, yeah, it brings a lot to it, but also it's just cool. Like, you have that kind of family environment, a little bit more comfort than what you would say where, I go to Seattle and I don't know a single person there or something like that on the West Coast. So, yeah, it's cool to be here in our backyard.
There's no feeling like racing here in Daytona. Such an iconic venue. So many historic races over the years. Daytona, in terms of regular season races, there is no more prestigious of a race than Daytona.
Daytona is on another level. Like, there's some characters out there that show up for Daytona, and it's so awesome. Like, what event do you know of that you can show up and race inside a NASCAR track so legendary of the Daytona 500? And the fans, like, I don't know the amount of fans there, but it feels like there's so much more at Daytona than any other Supercross.
Coming into Daytona, we were obviously still in a pretty big points deficit, so we needed to absorb that pressure and put it on and really get the expectations in to not just a podium, but we need to win.
I like this one.
It's short, huh? It just goes right around.
Yeah, it's literally that black tough block. I mean, the first 4 gates, you're into the tough blocks. So gate 5, I mean, you go from 5 to 8 here. I mean, even.
It's such an interesting thing because it takes so many people to get a guy to the start line. But once you're on that start line, it's you and all of your thoughts. And are they negative thoughts? Are they confident thoughts? Are they thoughts of self-doubt? Or are you the kind of athlete that can get into the place where you're not thinking and you're just doing? But either way, that's when the sport becomes extremely lonely.
Let's get right to it. 250 Group A qualifying. Here you see RJ Hampshire on the screen. Big weekend for RJ. He needs a bounce back. Obviously the defending West Coast 250 division champ. They see it's a big day for him. It is a big day for RJ, and we know, yeah, he had a great year last year. Kind of proved that he could do it consistently, right? And coming in a little bit, he's kind of still dealing with some pain in that wrist that's affecting kind of his grip strength, but was able to get on the podium.
in Detroit. That was good for him, and I think we haven't seen the best of RJ Hampshire this year, that's for sure. But 23 points down to Max Anstey right now, so he definitely has to. He's got some work to do. A big weekend, right? You know, he's got to be on the podium, but a win sure would be nice.
Yep.
RJ Hampshire, that's exactly what he needs right there, is come out, qualify fastest.
I kind of like the position RJ's in, honestly. You know, that first race was tough for him. You know, but there's a lot of pressure coming in, you know, with the rain, you know, backing up the championship. And maybe this takes the pressure off. I mean, he can kind of have that underdog mentality, come back and claw his way back, and maybe it'll be a little bit more meaningful at the end, too.
This is such a special race each and every year on the Supercross calendar. The one, the only Daytona Supercross.
Supposed to be up there in 2 minutes.
I'm not in up in 7 minutes.
Oh, you're not?
No.
I thought the same thing.
You sure?
I didn't stay for the thing this time.
They didn't announce me.
Yeah, he's not on it.
I just assume you're so famous you're
That's
in
what
it.
I thought, you know? I was like...
I think that most riders in RJ Hampshire's position would have given up a long time ago. The amount of injuries, setbacks that man has had is almost unprecedented. But through it all, he's never wavered. He's never looked at maybe shifting his focus. He's always got back on the bike, got back on the track, and given it 110%.
It's a pressure cooker situation. Can you imagine if he comes out and wins this main event tonight? That's going to quieten everybody, but it's also going to be a massive turnaround for him psychologically and just in his campaign.
Go, Rick, come on, believe in yourself, bud, let's go!
Under the lights at the World Center of Racing. This is round 3 of the 2025 East Division Championship. Will we get another different winner? Let's find out. The championship leaders on the inside. Anstey gets a good start, but the champ, Vial around the outside, and Anstey's down. The championship leader is at the back of this field. Tom Vial leads the way over Seth Hammaker, Chance Hymas.
Hammaker went off track there through the whoops.
Yeah, I think that allowed RJ to get up into 3rd place.
Look at this scrap between RJ Hampshire and Chance Hymas. The Husqvarna and the Honda. And RJ from the inside grabs that spot.
This is exactly the start he needed to turn this championship around, and where Max is, it might be a great points opportunity for all these guys.
Imagine if this Florida rider can get a win here at the World Center of Racing. RJ Hampshire has really eaten into the lead of Tom Vial.
Look at different lines in the sand.
That's what we like.
Yep.
And the 2 champions from last year going head-to-head, the East Division and the West Division, and Hampshire's in the front, in the lead. The West Division champion from last year, racing on the East this year. And look, to come to a place like Daytona, when you're a Florida kid, and to have a shot to win here is something else. And just with every race where the gate drops, this guy's been getting stronger and stronger with that wrist. He said, this is the first ever Supercross I ever came to as a kid. And now he's got a chance of winning it. RJ Hampshire wins in Daytona. He says, that one's for you and for me. Winning at home. That one is special.
Burn out. I'm gonna do burnout. Yeah, Rick, dude. That's sick. Good job. Good job.
Yes. All the emotion, all the energy.
We did it, Daytona. Finally, I finally got to burn one down. Burn that thing good. I burned it down. Hell yeah.
Winning Daytona for RJ was a big deal, you know, on the racing side of things as well as emotional, just because this is a race that he grew up going to with his dad. And, I think for him to get it done there and in the midst of being in such a points deficit, I think it all came together and made that moment that much sweeter.
This is starting to feel eerily like 2024. rough race, lost some points, get back to your winning ways. Can you tell us what this means to win Daytona in your home state? What are the emotions you're feeling right now?
Yeah, it's special. Man, I lost my dad a few months ago, and man, this was his race. Like, growing up as a kid, this is where I came with him. Like, it's the only Supercross I came to. And man, he was with us today. Like, some guy came to me in the pits and had his old jersey that he raced with back in the day, and that's something I never had. And yeah, man, he gifted me that, and just felt different today, man. Like, my dad was definitely here. But man, just so stoked for this team, for everyone that believes in me. Man, I never doubt my faith, and I know I can get back in this in a ride like that. Man, finally got to burn one down here in Daytona. That one's for my dad for sure. Thank you.
I had the pleasure of knowing your dad, Ricky, and I'm pretty sure he's smiling down on you tonight.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I remember watching his dad race at Dade City Raceway when I was a young pup.
Yeah, absolutely.
Many years.
But just to hear RJ articulate that and just say, today was different, my dad was here. Yeah. And that was special. And so one for Dad, and a big one for Dad.
Being the hunter is the better position to be in. It gets heavy, you know, you get that red plate, you get in that situation, and it's tough. It gets really heavy. So being the hunter is definitely right up RJ's alley, and I think that works best for him. So in this position right now, I'd rather be right here.
You gotta love RJ Hampshire, man. This is a super critical juncture. He's still healthy, in this case enough, and the points are still close enough where nothing is lost.
I mean, if you put it together, if you just lock in, you get on point like you do, all you need is a start.
Here in Indy, let's do it!
Hampshire got caught up. He is buried in the pack.
When you have such a limited opportunity to score points and you get punished so heavily for bad races.
Well, RJ Hampshire was the fastest guy on the track. He ran a 51.2, so RJ the fastest guy while in traffic.
You are in a position where you have to make hay while the sun is shining.
Look who's joined the party, though.
RJ Hampshire.
You know, damage control for RJ Hampshire basically means go get some of those points back, and that's the mode that he was in when I spoke to him earlier. You also know RJ doesn't make excuses, and that's what he's out here doing.
He is still in this championship fight, and he climbs the order.
The 250 class this year, an absolute gang of savages clawing tooth and nail to win a championship.
Here comes Hammaker! Seth Hammaker right alongside RJ Hampshire.
We've talked a lot tonight about gutsy performances, and I'm just going to remind you too that RJ Hampshire falls into that category because not only has he still got his wrist taped up there, it's still technically broken. It's not healed yet because of all the riding he has to do on it.
It becomes really hard to make up that points gap. In the 250 class, anything can happen, and I think that's what you got to do, is just aim for the podium every time.
RJ will get second overall on the night, ahead of the champ Vial.
It's okay, we gained points, yep.
With a bad race to start a series, it's even more important. You got to throw in, you can't just be on the podium, you need to be on the podium, plus you need to throw in some wins so you can chip away.
You know, it sucks because I do feel like I kind of let one get away from me, but also, like I said, main goal is to chip away at that point lead.
When people say the mud is the great equalizer, it's true. There are so many variables that are now outside of your control. If your championship is a little off the rails and you're 15 points down and with a few rounds to go, you're gonna need a miracle. Look to the skies and you may just get that miracle.
Folks, it is as bad as it looks, and it's 39 degrees, it's raining, and this is gonna be one tough night's work. In the mud, in the rain, the first of 4 in the Northeast. Let's do it! 250 main! The start is going to be critical. Hampshire gets a good one. And he goes down!
And it takes Hammaker down too!
Massive pile up at the first corner.
RJ's down.
Big pile up.
RJ Hampshire just got a stunning start, but went down hard in turn 1.
Oh man, imagine how much strength it takes to pick up these bikes, well over 200 pounds.
With the latter half of the Supercross season being open air stadiums and the potential for weather and rain, cold, and just miserable conditions, I mean, it can go either way.
Tom Vial, the points leader, is down and stuck.
This could be costly to his points lead. Man, these conditions are just so incredibly hard and brutal.
Another one for RJ. This has been brutal.
Look how slippery those bikes are. He's grabbing the bike by the upswing of the handlebar.
15, Tom was 3 laps down. So it's okay. Should still be second in points.
Look at the points. It is so tight. And then we go to the showdown next weekend. I mean, it is, my mind's blown.
After the Foxborough event, it was kind of like the talks in the truck was like, okay, well, it wasn't a great night, but in the end it was, because we made up a lot of points and we got ourselves a lot closer to the championship hunt. If you end up having a bad night, you always have your eye on the people who you feel like you're competing against in the championship.
Dude, that was such a hard smack on the start. Dude, I just balled up and let everybody hit me. I got hit probably 5 times.
Going into Philly, I think the idea is like, hey, you've been given this gift and this opportunity to get back in this thing, now don't waste it.
In 2025, across the board, you're seeing the tip of the spear in Supercross, maybe ever.
Been a tremendous year for the rockstar Husqvarna racer Malcolm Stewart. Got his first 450 win in his home state of Florida. He's had an additional podium since that win. There's a new race leader.
What a pass by Malcolm.
It's Malcolm Stewart out in front.
For him to elevate the way that he did this year in a crazy stacked class, you will be remembered as an extremely bad dude.
We are witnessing history in the 250 East competition.
Everyone talks about how the pressure, it gets to them and how it feels and how the build-up, the anxiety. That only exists if there's an expectation.
Oh, they both go down! Oh my goodness!